some people are not worth your politeness. And that's a really good thing. Because let's say, for example, you're speaking to a person that is overtly infuriating, annoying, and disrespectful, all three at the same time by just some miracle of nature. Well, your instincts, your primitive instincts would probably tell you to bash their head in with a stone or spit on their face. But of course, you're not going to do that because you're smarter than that. You know the slightest amount of things related to social skills. But would you really continue to go, would you continue acting in accordance with the other extreme, with extreme politeness? If somebody called you, I don't know, I don't want to swear, so just insert your favorite swear word, or least favorite swear word. Would you still act as if you're talking with a noble, deem, a person that a human being, a person that is worthy of your politeness and self-control? No. Morally, you shouldn't do that either, because you're basically permitting this person to continue acting that way because they don't see any repercussions. They don't see any punishments, so they're just going to continue with this very toxic way of acting, and you're probably going to get infected, because that's why we call it toxic. You're probably going to get infected with that way of behaving and speaking and infuriating people, and you're probably going to go ahead and infuriate other people. So how do you react in this situation when somebody is just fully disrespecting you, not even treating you as a human, like a human being? Well, you address it. It's very simple, actually. You address it, and when they spit the poison at you, you spit it right back at them, so that you don't spit it at an innocent person later down the road. It's that simple. Yeah, of course. There's this what was her name? This Oprah. This idea that Oprah launched, that when they go down, we go high. But no, Eugene, as Destiny said, as Stephen Barnell said, one of the probably the greatest political speaker, political debater at the moment, when they go down in the mud and start benefiting from all of its nutrients, whatever, you go down there as well and fight to the death. And whoever comes out winning wins. That's the simplest way of explaining it. So when somebody disrespects you, do not be polite. Do not use all of the supreme knowledge that you have found in books about social skills, every single thing that Dale Carnegie told you. I have his book right here. Every single goddamn thing that Dale Carnegie told you, and how to win friends and influence people. Because how to win friends and influence people. If a person is treating you like a subhuman entity, it means that you need to treat them as if they're not a person. It means that you need to be very deliberate and very exact with your reactions and responses to their behavior. You can't treat bad things with good things, because that's just how tyranny and evil start. If I were to break your vase, for example, like I was about to do with, whilst I was reaching for the book, I was about to like rip this apart, to break that vase, or I don't know, that piggy bank, whatever. If they break your, I don't know, piggy bank, vase, whatever, if they steal your money, are you really going to tell them, I forgive them? Do you want any of my mother's home-baked cookies? No. And under no circumstances should you do that. You need to fight back. You need to forget about the most sophisticated social skills in existence, and politeness, and being virtuous. No. Don't do that, because it's not going to help with anything. Nothing is going to get better if you respond to bad things with good things. The exact opposite, in fact, is going to happen. If you respond to insults and people trying to infuriate you and annoy you and stuff like that, it's going to get worse. it's going to get worse, and you're probably going to get infected with the same attitude, and you're going to spread it around, and it's going to eventually spread around like wildfire, and who knows what world war you can create. I personally think that most conflicts are started by just a really long chain of people insulting each other, but not actually insulting each other back. You need to fight back. So when should you abandon politeness? When it gets a little bit too extreme. If somebody is insulting you, if somebody is insulting your mother, if somebody, Jesus Christ, this is a very rare situation, but I don't want you to be a goddamn brainlet and go around treating awful human beings that are treating you as if you weren't a human being, and just accepting them and saying, "Oh, I need to tolerate these people because if I don't, I'm not virtuous." We don't need to fight fire with fire, guys. We need to fight fire with water. I guess maybe if they're being slightly annoying, of course, don't insult them. Don't insult their religion. Don't go out there just practicing blasphemy. But if they're being really goddamn, I want to say ostentatious, but I don't think that's a good word. Why did that word just pop into my head? If they're being really disrespectful, if they're truly making you feel as if you're like a top 10 worst human beings that have ever walked the earth, or top 10 most worthless pieces of garbage that have ever walked the earth. Fight back, my friend. You do not want to be polite in those situations. Politeness is meant to be used with people. That's why Dale Carnegie didn't call this book How to Win Friends and Influence. No, he said how to win friends and influence people. People. Once you actually treat somebody as subhuman, that's when you become subhuman. Why do our animals subhuman? Because they treat each other with impunity. They eat each other raw. They hunt. There aren't laws in the animal kingdom. They just eat each other. And it's so brutal and gory. But no, they're subhuman. That's why they're subhuman. But when somebody, I don't know, starts insulting you and basically killing you and eating you raw from the inside with their words, they become subhuman. You become subhuman when you start treating people as subhuman, because the way you act is ultimately a reflection of yourself. So, when somebody is being disrespectful, annoying, infuriating, and they're doing it with a very clear intention, fight back, because at that point, no amount of politeness or social skills can save you from the reality of the situation. That you're being confronted with a threat to your well-being and the well-being of others. And in order to stop it from infecting itself into you, your loved ones, at every single part of your behavior, you need to fight back. Don't be polite. Be brutal, honestly. Send this to someone that you love, or somebody who needs it, and I'll see you later.